Well, ladies and gentlemen, it finally happened. The UAW eggplant gobbling corrupt president of the United States, Joe Biden, has finally done it. He said the word. That's right. He actually said Tesla. Roll the clip.
What do you see? Ready?
Thank you so much.
Now you getting in this picture? Come on, Dad. Okay. Too many beautiful girls this week. You got one job. My father used to say, for real. Keep boys away from your sister.
Okay. Sorry guys, I'm working with a new editor at the moment. Let's try that again.
You're going to have a hard job keeping the boys away from your sister. Like you have a beautiful sister, you keep the boys away from your sister. That's the job.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're a lovely girl.
Thank you.
Okay, and the people in the back, you can spread out a little bit, like that gentleman can spread out there.
Hold the Bible.
We got some more family people come on in. Yeah, we got a crowd.
Can you get some of you?
Sure.
Okay.
Someone go behind there.
I like kids better than people.
Yeah. Want to make sure. Just these. Did you want to get vice president? There we go. That's okay. That'd be great. Thank you.
Very nice. Let's stand behind.
Grandpa's one of those guys.
That's nice of you to say.
No, I'm not saying. He knows I mean it. I genuinely mean it.
Come on in.
Do you know what my dad used to say? Your granddaughters have one important job. Take care of the pop. Listen, a long day, a lot of walking. That's right, everybody. Don't tell me what you have to. Here we go.
Well, as disturbing and unsettling as that footage was, extremely on both counts, it's not actually what I was after, so I might have to give a third and final warning to my new editor, otherwise this isn't going to work out. Let's roll the actual clip of Joe Biden saying Tesla and discuss why I believe he's finally cracked, why after the radio silence, the active cold shoulder, is Tesla now finally allowed to be said by the President of the United States, at least once. Why the change of tune, and will it make any difference whatsoever to Tesla? Let's roll the actual clip.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. They're going to put you all back in chains. You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Holy shit. Well, first things first, 3 strikes, you're out. So, sorry, not working out, Gordon. Go back to analyzing stocks. Hopefully you'll be a little bit better at that discipline. I guess I'm going to be editing the rest of this video as well. Probably shouldn't have hit the pack so hard. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's actually play the actual clip. No more joking, guys. I'm serious. Joe Biden saying Tesla.
Since 2021, companies have announced investments totaling more than $200 billion in domestic manufacturing here in America. From iconic companies like GM and Ford building out new electric vehicle production, to Tesla, our nation's largest electric vehicle manufacturer, to innovative younger companies like Rivian building electric trucks, or Proterra building electric buses, which I saw at a virtual tour last year when I met with the CEO virtually, and they really impressed me. These companies joining Intel, bringing microchip manufacturing back to America after decades of decay. From Texas Instruments to Samsung in Texas to TSMC in Arizona, we're seeing the beginnings of an American manufacturing comeback.
Incredible. It actually happened. It really did. Joe Biden finally says the word Tesla. So, I'm going to discuss why I believe the change of tune. Previously, the Biden administration going out of their way to actively snub Tesla, avoiding mentioning the term, not even bringing the company up, giving false praise and credit to the likes of General Motors for leading the way in terms of electric vehicles. Suddenly, the change of tune. What might have brought this about, and how will it affect Tesla, if at all? Let's find out. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can get 2 free stocks with WeBull, a free stock with Stake, free Bitcoin with Coinbase, and free Bitcoin with BlockFi, and the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. So why the change of tune? Why, after months, more than a year in office, is President Biden finally willing to utter the unspeakable word Tesla? Here we are over on change.org. President Biden, please acknowledge Tesla's EV leadership. This petition made change with almost 60,000 signatures. I was one of them. Let me know in the comments below if you also signed this petition. I think this is one of the reasons, finally, the term Tesla is no longer forbidden. However, I don't think this is actually the primary motivator. Let me explain. As most folks in the US watching will already know, in the US, the midterm elections are later this year. Biden and the Democrats have absolutely appalling approval ratings currently. The signal is too loud to ignore, and in my opinion, in the lead up to the midterm elections, we're going to see a massive change of tune from the president and Democrats on many issues. This might include things like mentioning the term Tesla after realizing actively gaslighting the United States public, making false statements, lying and deceiving to people in broad daylight without having any shame about doing so isn't exactly the best way to win over people who elected you because they thought you cared about the environment, electric vehicles, and transitioning to a sustainable energy ecosystem, yet aren't doing anything about it and are actively snubbing the #1 company that's done more than any other on earth to actually make this happen. So here's a few predictions. Don't be surprised if the people who control Biden start writing the word Tesla in occasional speeches that he's reading from his teleprompter. I also believe we'll see a complete 180 on many other topical issues, including fascist mandates. So I believe in the lead up to the midterm elections, which take place in November, the Biden administration is going to take a much gentler stance on Tesla and basically do whatever it takes, whatever they need to get as many votes as they possibly can for the midterms. I really hope I'm wrong, but Swamp Creature is as Swamp Creature does. So how will this change of tune affect Tesla, the EV market, Tesla stock? In my opinion, it won't have any effect whatsoever. It may have a marginal positive impact on morale within Tesla from some employees. Imagine, after all this time, finally, the president is willing to acknowledge the company you've been working your f***ing face off trying to do good for the world at for years. Better late than never, right? It's also possible, maybe even likely, that pure self-interest is a motivator. And no, we've already covered the topic of getting votes at the midterms. I'm not talking about that kind of self-interest, although that's very valid as well in my opinion. No, I'm talking about the kind of self-interest that may be involved in wanting to talk to Elon Musk and the folks at Tesla about supply chain issues, seeing Tesla was able to navigate massive global supply chain challenges and grow at a phenomenal rate, while practically every other manufacturing company on the planet, including in the United States, got absolutely fucked. We heard somebody from the White House speak in the press saying that they'd like to talk to Elon Musk about supply chain, and what do you know, a week or so later, Joe Biden, for the first time in his presidency, says the word Tesla. Something to think about. So yes, I personally believe that self-interest is the primary motivator for the Democrats and the President of the United States suddenly changing their tune and no longer actively snubbing Tesla. The point here, don't expect this to last. When it's no longer in their best interest, it's going to be back to deep-throating the UAW's eggplant. The good news is, Tesla's far too big, moving far too fast, has such a competitive advantage, such compelling technology, such insane demand for their products, such incredible engineers, such an unassailable lead on everything that matters. They're at such scale. They have such momentum behind them. They have such a massive growing army of fanboys and fangirls. The pettiness, blacklisting, active snubbing, unfair incentives, biasing companies with union labor, none of that will have any meaningful or measurable effect on Tesla's business. And don't get me wrong, as I said, better late than never. I mean that. It's great that Tesla has finally, once, just once, but hey, it's more than 0 times, been acknowledged by the President of the United States. Small steps. But as I said, watch how quickly the Democrats change their tune immediately following the midterm elections. I really hope I'm wrong, but I'm extremely confident that I won't be. And because there's always 1 or 2 or 59, allow me to address
comments from the haters. Now, let's see what these dipshits have to say.
Shout out to Rip, and I know a lot of you are confused. Let's get to the hater comment. And look, I'll be honest, I know that the people who've already left these comments have unsubscribed and disappeared and won't have made it to the end of the video. That's their loss, but there is a lesson I'm trying to teach here, so please stick around for this. Here's a recent comment on another video in which I highlighted the Biden administration's clear, obvious and unequivocal corruption.
Stephen, really? Bringing politics into this? All politicians are corrupt, both Republicans and Democrats. You assume that only Democrats are corrupt, which makes you an idiot. My butt hurts. Unsubbed. F*** you.
Might have mispronounced a few words at the end there. This is a common reaction. I've seen it dozens of times now. Every time I point out clear, obvious evidence of corruption within the Biden administration, there's a few emotional infants and or just, well, let's be honest, dullards who immediately have this reaction. Instead of being willing to acknowledge what's being discussed, their immediate gut reaction is point the finger over here. What about this? What about this? What about this? If you have these types of emotional reactions where you'll go a step further and actually invent meaning, claim I have a position on which I've said nothing so it's impossible to even know. For example, that I'm so dumb that I would say that there would be no possible chance of corruption in the Republican Party in the United States of America. You gotta be f***ing kidding me. Of course, there's corruption everywhere in the US in politics and globally. I'm not naive. Some people are so emotionally immature and or just really fucking dumb that they'll conjure up and invent meaning where there is none, get extremely butthurt and angry. So the lesson here is actually really simple. Pay attention to what people say and observe their actions, rather than allowing your emotions to overpower your judgment and your logical faculties, in which case you might start projecting, inventing, or creating meaning where there is none. And on that final note, I'd just like to say one more thing. Let's go, Brandon. We're making progress. And don't forget to support the channel by signing up to Patreon with the card in the corner or the link in the pinned comment. All members gain access to over 100 exclusive Q&A videos, loads of other exclusive content and perks, including exclusive access to my Tesla stock price targets all the way up to 2031 in the bear case, the base case, and the bull case. So if you're not already part of the community over on Patreon, click the link in the pinned comment and I'll see you over there. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can get 2 free stocks with WeBull, a free stock with Stake, free Bitcoin with Coinbase, and free Bitcoin with BlockFi, and the BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards credit card. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.